Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to the Newcastle United latest news right here on the Toon Review. My name's Paul. Thank you so much for tuning in. As usual, if you do enjoy today's video, please do give it the thumbs up. Very important we keep the likes coming in on the channel. And obviously, as well, if you are new to the channel, please do come and be part of this amazing community by hitting the subscribe button. Free to do so, and also the notification bell, which will let you know when we upload videos such as this, or we schedule in our live shows. Thank you very much in advance for that. So news has come in today that Besiktas have officially made an offer for Newcastle United's club captain Jamal Lascelles. Now obviously Lascelles being 30 years old, his contract runs out in the summer, so it would be probably a very nominal fee that we'd get for Lascelles. But is the time right to sell him now? I'm not sure if Newcastle United are interested in keeping him on at the club after his contract runs out. Many people would argue and say they should keep him on because he's came in for injuries this season and done very well. It looks like he's really improved under Eddie Howe and hasn't really done anything wrong to not deserve a new contract. But on the flip side of that, we've been talking in recent weeks, and the guys on the transfer show last night, talking about moving players on and bringing in better quality. Now, obviously, Newcastle United are hamstrung by FFP at the minute. We don't know if they're going to make any signings during this window, so it may well be outgoings that we're looking at just to clear up some of the dead wood kind of thing. But is Lascelles dead wood? I'm not sure he is. I know Lascelles, plays a big part still in that dressing room at Newcastle United. Eddie Howe has said numerous times when he hasn't been involved in first-team action, he's still a big influence in the dressing room, which is why, obviously, Eddie keeps him as club captain. And that makes sense. You need that leadership group in your dressing room, and Lascelles is clearly one of those that is a mainstay in the leadership group in that dressing room. However, is it time to move players on? Could well be. If that, my theory is if they haven't agreed a new contract with him now, then I'm not sure that anything's going to take place, because Jamal Lascelles is obviously, he's allowed to talk to clubs as well now for a move in the summer free of charge. We wouldn't get anything for him if he decided to negotiate a contract somewhere else. But Besiktas obviously want him this month. And I think that's very interesting for me. Besiktas want to strengthen this month, and they've identified Lascelles as a big, big positive to bring through the door. Now, obviously, he hasn't played a lot under Eddie Howe, has he, Jamal Lascelles? Before Eddie came in, before the takeover, obviously he was a big part of the previous regime's first 11. One of the first names on the team sheet. And look, he's done well. He's done very well as a captain as well. And hasn't been afraid to speak out either. If things have been going wrong, he's been very vocal as well. I remember, I think it was a defeat against Southampton when he was just young, and he came out and had a right go at his teammates for the mentality that they'd shown in that game. And he wasn't afraid to say it. And that sort of identified leadership qualities straight away. So he's gone on from strength to strength with the captain side of things. And look, he's 30 years old. He's still got a lot of football to offer. But probably, if I'm being honest, not at that elite level that Newcastle United need him to be at. It is a case where, the media have suggested that we're looking around, looking at different players, and defenders have been mentioned in that. Obviously, we as fans, we think we need to strengthen in other departments during this transfer window, especially, i.e. a number 6 and probably a striker. But at the moment, that doesn't look like anything's going to happen on that front yet. Although, we're the 18th of January. There's still plenty of time left to bring somebody in, whether that be on loan or whether it be a permanent deal. I don't think any permanent deals are coming in, if I'm honest. I think it'll be loans. But if we lose Lascelles, does that leave us very threadbare? I think it does. Lascelles is perfectly capable of coming in and standing in for a Sven Botman or a Fabian Schär, should we need it. Now, on the flip side of that, again, there is Dan Burn who can play there. There's Paul Dummett who can play there. And there's Emil Kraft who can also play there. So do we cash in on Lascelles now rather than lose him for nothing in the summer? Remember, it would be a very nominal fee because his contract is running out. Besiktas will know that they won't have to pay a lot of money, but at least we'd get something for him. And I think that's something that we have to look at. It's not going to make a huge difference to FFP. But Besiktas are a huge club, and it's a really good opportunity for Jamal Lascelles to extend his career a bit further and play at a giant club, or certainly giant in Turkey's country, like Besiktas. It would be an absolutely fabulous deal for him. But, I mean, this is what Eddie had to say not very long ago. I think it was only last month that he had to say this about Lascelles. I'm sure contract talks with Jamal are ongoing. I'm just trying to rack my brain as to where his contract is at, but I think he's part of our long-term future for sure. Jamal has done really, really well this season, and his game has come on in lots of ways. Firstly, defensively, he has always been very strong aerially, and you saw that recently against Fulham. His defensive understanding of what we want him to do has been very good from day one. His use of the ball has improved. He looks really comfortable in the team at the moment, and he's playing some really good football. So that was Eddie Howe last month talking about Jamal Lascelles and where he is within the setup. Now, this could have all changed now because obviously, the FFP situation with being able to bring players in, we are right up against the wall. So whether that has changed the thinking of Jamal Lascelles from the club's point of view to maybe look to get some money for him rather than nothing in the summer. But let me know in the comments, would you keep Lascelles? Would you offer him a new deal as a squad player, or do you think it's now time for Jamal to move on? Thank you very much for your service to the club. Go and further your career somewhere else where you're going to get first-team football. What would you do? Let me know. Another player that could be out the door very, very soon is Howay Manquillo. Now, Manquillo's been at the club a long, long time. He's had a lot of injuries this season, obviously, which has kept him out of the limelight and kept him out of the squad. But it looks like he could be heading to Spain and to play for Rafa again. Now, Rafa, obviously, is a big fan of Manquillo. He stated that. So Manquillo could well find himself in La Liga this month. And I think that's a good move for Manquillo. Money-wise, let's be honest, we're not going to get a lot for Manquillo, are we? If we're basically being brutally honest, probably not even 5 million for Manquillo. He hasn't played an awful lot of football recently at all. So it is going to be very nominal fee again, but at least it's creating space within the squad again. If, the worst happens and we get to the summer where we've got to, regrow again. And we've got the spaces in the squad to be able to bring those players in. So for me, I think it's a perfect move for Howay Manquillo, back to Spain, playing for Rafa. And I think he'll do really well there. And again, coming to that twilight of his career, it's a good opportunity for Howay Manquillo to go somewhere and play some first-team football. So Howay Manquillo could be on his way to La Liga. And finally, those of you that were interested in us signing Guirassy with that ridiculous low £15 million release clause, that ain't happening, guys. The release clause now has gone past its sell-by date. There was a release clause in place up to a certain point. That is now gone. We can't sign him for the £15 million. We can't activate that release clause. It has expired. So whatever now, Stuttgart want for Guirassy, they can ask multi-million pounds. Certainly the season he's having. If Newcastle were to go in for him now, they'd blown it, basically. So he is now gone. There's no way we're going to go in for him now. I mean, what would be the point of that? The release clause expiring and then suddenly we put a bid in for him. That would be ludicrous when he had a release clause of 15 million quid. I find it absolutely pointless. So, that's gone out the window now. So Guirassy won't be coming to Newcastle United certainly anytime soon. Whether we revisit that in the summer, I don't know. But we've, as the reports are stating, Newcastle have waited too long and have missed their chance to sign him on pennies when it comes to signing a striker who is banging form like Guirassy. So unfortunately, that ain't happening either. So that is the latest news, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As I said at the start, if you have enjoyed the video, please do give it the thumbs up. Very important that we keep those coming in. You can donate to the channel if you do so wish while we're not on air. If you hit the thanks button just underneath the video, that will take you to a payment method. So thank you so much in advance for that. And of course, if you are new and like what you see, please do come and subscribe. As you can see, we're heading towards 27,000. With your help, we'll get there sooner rather than later. So please do hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so. But don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will also let you know when we record videos like this one or we schedule in our live shows. But let me know in the comments what you think of all those What do you think of the Lascelles situation? Manquillo, that makes perfect sense for him to go now. It really does. And are you upset about the Guirassy situation? We've missed a trick there, I think, but let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.